Hello guys, welcome to another video. Like always, this story doesn't belong to me and the link to the original post will be in the description. That being said, let's get into the video. Son of the Sannin, Part 5 and Chapter 5. The White-Eyed Girl, or Hey Naruto made a friend. 6 years after the QB attack, 3 years had passed after the incident with Kumogakure, known as the Hyuga affair, in which fortunately there was nothing that threatened Konoha's stability and it would continue its recovery from the QB attack. That doesn't mean that nothing event will happen with Konoha. Plenty of things actually. Among those worth mentioning was the new member of the Senju family. Shortly before the meeting with the Raikage, Tsunade became very moodier than usual, had morning sickness, and her hunger skyrocketed. After performing a few tests, it was confirmed that Tsunade was indeed pregnant. Though not everybody reacted to the news with joy and jubilation. Flashback. Shizune, what the hell is my sake? Tsunade roared as she furiously inspected all of the house's cabinets, looking for her best friend. I I hid it away. The young Konoichi replied within stuttering. You did what? I did it for your own good. Shizune, we already talked about this. I'm old enough to. I don't mean that. Tsunade-sama, you are pregnant now. You can't drink alcohol or else it may danger the baby. Tsunade was recently rendered silence as Shizune's words started to sting. 9 months without her best friend to help her go through the pain of pregnancy? She fell on her knees. No! Her anguished yell was heard across all of the elemental nations. End of flashback. Nice. Considering the crystal on Tsunade's neck, who used to belong to the first Hokage, and it is said to bear his chakra, started to glow, very dimly at first, but progressively brightened as the pregnancy went on. It also glowed brighter when closer to Tsunade's glowing, growing belly. Growing belly. And the surprise didn't end there. Turns out Tsunade gave birth to twins. Flashback. Tsunade was in a hospital bed with holding new babies with blankets wrapped around them on each arm. At her side were Jiraiya, Shizune, and Naruto. So, have we thought how are you going to name them? Shizune asked. Yes, the girl is Kaida, 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 Jiraiya said, and the boy's name is San, Han, Hagane, Kaida Hagane, Hagani, 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 Hagane, Hagani. Alright, their names are really weird to pronounce for me. Okay, Tsunade said, Can I hold a baby? Can I? Please, please, please. Naruto said, jumping up and down. Okay, but be careful and hold him tight, okay? Tsunade said as she handed Hagane to Naruto. I know, I'm not stupid, Naruto said as she held the baby, which weighed more than he had expected. Hey there, I'm Naruto, your big brother. Shizune meanwhile was holding Kaeda. They are perfect, aren't they? Indeed, I have been waiting 9 months for this moment, Tsunade said as she looked at her children smiling sweetly. Then she looked at Shizune. Shizune bring me, Shizune, bring me my damn sake. End of flashback. Turns out that the necklace also reacted whenever it was close to it was near the twins. Nobody could figure out why, but they knew it meant something. Soon after the twins' birth, Naruto turned 4, and and the two Sannin decided that it was time to start his ninja training. At last, at least the basics. He could join the academy in 2 years, and they wanted him to be as prepared as possible. The little blonde kid couldn't be happier. Moreover, said happiness didn't. However, said happiness didn't last long. When instead of full jutsu or at least taijutsu combos, all Tsunade and Jiraiya taught him while chakra control exercises, hand seals, and basic taijutsu form. Naruto's training routine consisted in most practicing simple punch and kicks against a small ground training dummy, practicing hand seals and chakra control exercises that consisted mostly in keeping a leaf stuck to his forehead using chakra. Whenever he completed that exercise, they simply told him that the next time he would have to do it longer. Unfortunately for Tsunade and Jiraiya, Naruto's attention span was non-existent, and he could barely focus on a task that he deemed too boring and uncool, regardless of how many times the two Sannin told him that he had to master the basics first before they could teach him the cooler stuff. It wasn't until a year and a half, though to Naruto it felt like much longer. Then the blonde Jinchuriki could learn his first jutsu, his flashback. Alright, Naruto, your mother and I decided that your chakra control is good enough to teach you your first jutsu. Jiraiya said, "Yay, finally!" Naruto said, tired-eyed as he pumped his fist while leaping in the air to show you how this jutsu works. I need you to attack me first. So give me your worst hit. Worst hit. All right, Naruto said as he took some step back. He then launched a charge at Jiraiya and leaped in order to hit him with a flying kick. Dragon kick of awesome fury, awesome fury. Alright, Naruto barely noticed his adopted father going through a series of hand seals, and a second after Naruto's foot landed on Jiraiya's chest, the white-haired Sannin disappeared in a cloud of smoke, leaving a log in its place. What? I believe this is something you'd call cool, right? Jiraiya said from behind him. Naruto turned around startled. How did you do that? This is a technique called body replacement jutsu. You place your body with some other object the moment you are hit. No, not only this is very useful to avoid fatal blows, but it's also perfect to set an ambush to an unsuspecting enemy. Wow! Please teach me how to do it. First, you must learn to do the hand seals really quickly. The sequence is tiger, boar, ox, dog, and snake. We will repeat it until you can do it fast enough. Then, end of flashback. After practicing the technique for a few months, Naruto hadn't mastered the body replacement yet. He still had some trouble with the hand seals, but that didn't let him down. After all, most kids didn't learn that technique until they were in the academy, so he would have that advantage over them. Besides, today was a good day. It was the first time he ever saw snow in Konoha, and he had and he had a really fun snowball fight with his family. Then after lunch, he went to enroll in the academy, and now was on his way home to tell his parents he was so excited to finally become a real ninja. Your eyes are so creepy, huh? Huh? Naruto said, looking around for the sound of their voice. He could tell it was the voice of a boy his age. I'm sure you're a monster, another voice said. Naruto felt a chill going up his spine. Monster, he remembered the talk he had with his parents a couple weeks before his sixth birthday. Flashback. Naruto, listen up. You will be sick soon, and your mother and I decided it was time for you to know some important things. Jiraiya started as he placed a hand on the boy's shoulder and was rather serious as opposite to his usual carefree demeanor. He wanted you to, we want you to learn these things from us rather than somebody else. Tsunade's mood mirrored her husband's. It is something bad I did. Is it something bad I did? Naruto asked, genuinely worried. No, no, of course not. Tsunade reassured in a sweet tone. It's just, well, is that we are not your real parents. Jiraiya started. Naruto gasped in shock. Jiraiya! Tsunade shouted at the white-haired man, who flinched. What? You are taking too damn long. Never mind. Listen, Naruto, you know what happened almost 6 years ago? Yes, a demon fox named the Kyuubi attacked Konoha and the fourth Hokage killed it, but he died in the process. You see, Naruto, that's not entirely true, Jiraiya said, looking Naruto in the eye. Turns out the Kyuubi is far too strong to be killed like that, not even by somebody as strong as the fourth. The best he could do was feed the demon inside somebody else, and that somebody else, it's you, Naruto. What? And why would the fourth Hokage do that? And who are my real parents then? Wait, does that mean that a demon fox is going to hurt me? Of course not. The seed that keeps the demon imprisoned inside you is very strong and will protect you protect everybody, yourself included. Besides, you didn't even suspect that there was a demon inside you until we told you, right? You didn't feel that there was something wrong going on. Tsunade told him in a reassuring tone. No, as to answer your question, the reason the force chose you was because you have a special kind of chakra that will keep the Kyuubi imprisoned. If he chooses somebody else, the demon fox would have escaped and continued its rampage. He also believed that in the future you could use the Kyuubi's power for good. As for the answer your question, I I see, Naruto said, feeling that he was about to cry. So that's why when I go out, people avoid me, and grown-ups tell kids not to stay near me because they are afraid of the Kyuubi. Both Sannin nodded sadly. And to answer your second question, your father was a fourth Hokage himself, Minato Namikaze. Jiraiya said. Naruto was now speechless. Tears started to come from his eyes. Your mother was Kushina Uzumaki, the last known member of the Uzumaki clan. That's why your father decided you should inherit her last name instead of his, since he was born to a non-named civilian family of fishers. Jiraiya explained. So my father died fighting the Kyuubi, and my mother, she died during the attack too. Many people died, and people who lost somebody special, that they will mistakenly blame you for the Cubi's action. But don't let them don't let them affect you, Naruto. Naruto broke down crying. It was too much for his little heart to take. Jiraiya and Tsunade did the only thing they could and hugged their adopted son. Naruto cried his eyes out for nearly 20 minutes. Listen, Naruto, we understand you may be angry with us for not telling you this sooner, Jiraiya whispered without breaking the hug. But We will always love you and will always be here whenever you need us, Tsunade added. After wiping the tears from his face and from his snot and the snot from his nose, Naruto opened his mouth to speak again. Don't worry, guys. I am not angry, and I don't care what other people say. You guys don't consider me a monster, and that's what matters. And if they still think I am, I will prove them wrong. I will become the greatest ninja who ever lived. I will become the Hokage, just like my father. Naruto suddenly felt guilty for calling his father to a Naruto suddenly felt guilty for calling his father to a particular stranger in front of the people who raised the particular stranger in front of the people who raised him, but they didn't seem to mind. For a second, when Naruto declared his bold dream, Tsunade saw his little brother Naoki and his former lover Don in Naruto. She felt worried that Naruto's path would lead him to the same doom as them, but foot of her reassured her but part of her reassured her that it wouldn't be the case, that Naruto would succeed where the others had failed, the, that she could have faith in him to the same faith in him. Of course you will, kiddo. Tsunade cheered softly. Yeah, you will show him who's the boss, Jiraiya added. Thank you. Uh, Even if you are not my real parents, c- can I still call you mom and dad? This time it was the two Sannins turn to break down in tears. End of flashback. Tracking the boys, Naruto could found a trio of boys surrounding a girl his age. The girl had short dark blue hair and very pale eyes. She was on the verge of tears. Yes, the Byakugan monster, right? One of the boys said. The girl couldn't take it anymore and fell on her knees crying. Such shameful display made Naruto's blood boil with anger. Hey, stop it! Naruto yelled as he rushed towards them. What do you want, dork? One of the boys asked. Hey, I know this guy. He's the demon fox. Another kid said. Of course, the demon boy would defend the demon girl, right? Teased the first boy. I'm not demon, and neither is she. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, the future Hokage. Future Hokage? The third kid laughed. You know, my parents said to stay away from you, that you are dangerous. But now that I see you, you don't look that dangerous. In fact, you look like a wimp. The blue-haired girl gasped when the kid's fist connected with Naruto's face. Naruto didn't flinch. You call that a punch? My mom punches way harder than that. With a quick movement, Naruto punched the first kid's fist out of his face as he pushed him in the punched him in the face as well. The punch knocked the first kid on his butt. Ha! Take that! Naruto cheered. However, the blonde Jinchuriki didn't see the other two bully coming at him. One of them punched him in the gut, while the other punched him in the back, pushed him back into the snow. Naruto gasped for air as he grabbed his bailed stomach. He couldn't hear the other two kids coming at him. Suddenly, he remembered something Jiraiya had told him during his training. Look around you and try to use your surrounding to your advantage. There were a lot of snow, so he could use that. Hey, he's getting up. I think he wants to be beaten more. One of the bullies laughed. As fast as he laughed, Naruto turned around and tossed some snow at the bully's face. His throw as accurate enough to hit the intended target. My eyes! Both of them screamed in unison, and they throw their hands to their eyes. Taking advantage of this momentary blindness, Naruto grabbed the large jar of the two bullies and pushed him against the smaller one, and both of them ended up on the ground. One of them got up quicker than Naruto had anticipated and landed a punch on Naruto's face. Naruto replied with a punch to the gut and quickly kicked that boy onto his fallen friend. You are dead. Naruto turned around and saw the bully he punched first charging at him, holding a rather large tree branch. His screamed at him to dodge. Instinct screamed at him to dodge, but instantly he decided to try something else, and his hands formed five seals. When the first bully hit Naruto in the face with the branch, Naruto dispelled in a cloud of smoke, leaving a pile of snow instead. Yes, it worked! What the hell? Can he use ninjutsu? The bully said angrily, but now was shocked. He looked around. Where did he go? Dragon kick of awesome fury! Naruto yelled as he leaped at the bully from the branches he had just teleported, kicking him in the face, knocking him backwards. Did you have enough already, or you want more? Because I can go for longer if you want. Deciding that they had enough, the three bullies got up and ran away. And prayed I don't catch you again, making a girl cry. Naruto yelled as he saw the three bullies disappear from his sight, especially a blind girl. Naruto walked towards the said girl, who didn't move from her spot since the fight broke out. Hey, are you okay? Yes, th- thank you, the blue-haired girl said, but um, I am not, I am not blind. You are not? Naruto asked, a bit shocked. He moved closer to her, making the girl blush. I saw your eyes and I thought, oh, sorry then. Naruto then sheepishly as he rubbed the back of his head. And you have an eye swollen and a bloody nose. The girl pointed, a bit worried. This is nothing. Mom is a medic and will heal it. Heal it and will heal it in an instant. He he he. The girl stared at Naruto without uttering a word. Well, I gotta go. Just as you just saw, I am a ninja. I just enrolled in the academy, and I have to tell my parents. See ya, Naruto said as he left the series at a quick pace. But wait, Hinata said, but the boy named Naruto was already too far gone, and he didn't hear her. Hinata cursed her indeficiency. There were so many things she wanted to talk about with him. She didn't ask him. She didn't ask him his name, even if she heard it, and she didn't give him her. But she had said that he was a ninja then, and that he had enrolled in the academy. He looked to be the same age as her, so maybe they would be in the same class. Those killed called him the Demon Fox. Does that mean that he was the kid with the QB sealed inside him? He remembered some of the clan grown-ups telling her that if she ever crossed paths with him, to avoid him at all costs, that he was a danger and a monster. But he defended her from not one but three bullies and fought them all at once. How can somebody so kind and selfless could be dangerous or a monster? A certain feeling that Hinata's young mind couldn't identify formed inside her. For some reason, she felt she needed to see this boy again. A couple of months later, at the dango shop, Shizune was having lunch with Itachi Uchiha, and two of his clansmen. The first one was Shishui, a teen a few years older than Itachi and a couple years younger than Shizune, who had short dark gray hair and a black eye, which were so common among the Uchihas. The other one was a kid about the same age as Naruto, who also had dark hair with two bangs framing over his face and the same black eyes. This kid was Itachi's younger brother Sasuke. While Shizune felt out of place being the only one not being an Uchiha Itachi sent on her intended on her joining them. She couldn't pinpoint when it happened exactly, but she and Itachi had become friends during the past few years. They even sparred quite a few times, and Shizune even helped him and his team prepare for the Chunin exams. Itachi was uh, treating them at uh, at at one of his favorite spots to celebrate his first successful division as a team leader. Shizune felt hard to believe that this kid, who was barely 11, could uh, uh, even ascend to the rank of Chunin so quick when most kids his age didn't even graduate the academy year. So tell us, Itachi, and be honest. Were you afraid during the mission? Shizune asked. Well, I would lie if I said I wasn't. Maybe a little. Itachi replied, only a little? Man, when I led my first mission, I was sure a nervous wreck. I couldn't sleep the night before, and then again it was as bad as it approached. Shishui said with a laugh. But Itachi Nissan completed lots of dangerous missions while he would he be scared? Sasuke asked. Sasuke, when you are the leader of a team, everything changes. Not only you are responsible for the mission being a success, but you have to make sure that all your teammates come back home alive and if possible without any missing limbs, Shishui explained. But if you have to take care of your teammates, that that doesn't mean you are a burden to them. Then why didn't Itachi but if you have to take care of your teammates, that doesn't mean they are a burden to you. Then why didn't Itachi go to the mission alone? Because some mission cannot be done by one ninja. Shizune explained, if you need to take break down a door reinforced with protective seals, you need a seal master to dispel them. If you are in a search or rescue mission, you will need a sensor and most likely a medic. And sometimes is also a matter of numbers, since there will be times in which two or more people will be needed to be at two or more different places at the same time. Do you understand, Sasuke-kun? The youngest Uchiha nodded. Shizune's son is right. Being a powerful ninja on your own is fine, but there will be times in which your power wouldn't be enough and you will need the help of others, Shishui added. By the way, Sasuke, how is the academy? Itachi asked. It's okay, I guess. The teacher they teach me mostly stuff I already know, so I it's kind of boring. And at the very least, the shuriken and kunai tossing practice and taijutsu practice are nice, Sasuke said with a shrug. You know, my little brother also goes to the academy, Shizune mentioned. His name is Naruto. Did you see him? Naruto. Does he have spiky blonde hair, is super loud and claims every 5 seconds that he is going to be the Hokage. Shizune chuckled. Well, that's an accurate description of him. I presume that you met him then? I did. For some reason, he likes to sit beside me, and and no offense to Jiraiya-sama and Tsunade-sama, but given who their parents are, who his parents are, I expect him to be stronger. Well, you could say that Naruto-kun has some trouble focusing. His body moves away way faster than his brain does. But we are working on it, Shizune said and laughed. He looks like an interesting fellow. Maybe you should befriend him. Shishui suggested. In fact, I was about to take him to the park. Do you want to join us? Sasuke-kun, Shizune asked. Pass. Itachi promised to teach me when he came back. Maybe another day, Sasuke replied with a dismissive hand wave. Come on, kid. I'm sure you will have fun. There's more to life than training. Shishui insisted. It's okay. I don't want him to come against his will. Like he said, maybe another day. I will better. I should better be going. Get a I should better get going. Itachi-kun, congratulations again for your first mission as team leader. Shishui-san, Sasuke-kun, it was nice meeting you. Nice to meet you too, Shizune-san. Shishui replied. Then once the young woman was gone, he leaned towards Itachi and whispered, "Man, that friend of yours is really cute. Do you know if she has a boyfriend?" You like how Hinata had uh, you like how Hinata had premeditated she and Naruto were in the same class. Predicted. However, the trembling shy girl couldn't gather the confidence to talk to him again, and much to her dismay, Naruto never noticed her. Not only did he forget about her, it was almost as if she didn't exist to him. But deep down, she knew there was nobody to blame but herself. She followed him many times after class. He usually went to that ramen restaurant named Ichiraku's. Sometimes he went direct to his home, while other times went to one of the Konoha's training ground where one of his parents was already waiting for him for a training session. Hinata's surprise was major when she found out that his parents were Tsunade and Jiraiya, two of the legendary Sannins and the hero of the Second War that appeared in the history books. Hinata also noticed that whenever Naruto went to a park playing with other kids, their parents would pick them up and take them somewhere else, leaving poor Naruto playing along. Did they seriously believe that he was a monster? Couldn't they see that he was a kid like any other? Today, one of those days, Naruto arrived at a park with a small pig and his older sister. The kid who didn't left on their own were taken out of there by their parents. Hinata really wanted to go there and play with Naruto. She really did, but the moment she took a step forward, her shyness manifested in full force and left her frozen in place. She needed somebody to give her a push. Fortunately for her, she was now seeing that somebody. She sighed as she watched all the kids leaving the playground. Not before some of the parents shot angry glares at her and her almost little brother, while Naruto slumped Sadly, this happened way too often. Don't worry, Naruto, we don't need them. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? The black-haired Konoichi asked, trying to hide her annoyance and meaning of the mist. The swings! He said as he rushed towards them. She didn't need to ask if she wanted her to put. She didn't need to ask if she wanted if he wanted her to push him. Shizune was expected that now that he finally started the academy, Naruto could make some friend his age, but she think, but such thing didn't happen. In fact, both her and the two Sannin were a bit worried with Naruto's current performance at the academy. The boy could more often than not ignore the teachers when explaining something he wasn't interested in, loudly complained about how boring their lessons were and demanding them to teach him some cool jutsu. He could also boast about how strong he was for his age and how he was going to become the Hokage. Fortunately, he never revealed who his biological parents were, and often challenged the other boys, especially Sasuke, to one-on-one duel, and was rather fond of pulling pranks to bother the teachers and his classmates. It was obvious that the kid desperately needed a friend his age. That way he couldn't be victim to a constant need to prove how awesome he was to everybody. Suddenly Shizune heard something, a noise coming from the trees near the park. While she wasn't a sensor, her sensors are enough to perceive that somebody was watching them hidden behind those trees. Naruto-kun, I need to find a restroom. I will leave you along with Tonton for some time, okay? Sure, take your time, Nii-chan. Naruto happily replied. Shizune then dispelled in a cloud of smoke, puzzling the blonde. She used the body flicker? Guess that she really needed to go. Hinata was a bit startled when Naruto's older sister displayed like that. She didn't quite catch what she told him. Naruto was there all along by himself, the perfect opportunity to go and talk to him. But even then, Hinata still couldn't muster the courage to go and talk to him like that. Now she needed to find a way to draw his attention to make him take the first step. Make him take the first step. Hum, ahem. A voice behind her said, "Eep." Hinata squealed in shock as she turned around and saw Naruto's older sister staring down at her, crossed, arms crossed over her chest. Didn't your parents teach you that spying on people is rude? Shizune asked. Sorry, I I didn't mean to. Hinata blubbered, her words trembling into an unintelligible stuttering mess. Shizune took a better look at the panicking girl. Hey, Naruto said that he saved a girl with a weird-looking eye from a bunch of bullies the day he enrolled in the academy. It was you? Naruto-kun said my eyes are weird-looking. Hinata said disheartened. Shizune crushed internally, cursed inwardly for using Naruto's choice of word instead of something far less insensitive. Yeah, you dumbo. I am sure he didn't mean it as an insult. Shizune assured. You didn't answer my question. What are you doing here? I wanted to thank Naruto-kun again for helping me against those bullies. Shizune couldn't repress a smile. Three, weren't they 10? weren't they 10 Naruto and as big as Jiraiya-sama? 3. Weren't they 10 Naruto and as big as Jiraiya-sama? Then why aren't you doing that instead of striking him for stalking him from here? Hinata blushed and evaded her gaze. Oh, I see. This girl is way too shy to talk to him directly. Let's see if I can do something about it. What's your name, girl? I'm Shizune Kato. Hinata Hyuga. Pleased to meet you, Shizune-san. Just Shizune is okay. The medic just said, smiling. Say, Hinata, would you like to do something for Naruto as a way of thanking him? Yes, of course, the Hyuga replied. Take a look at Naruto. What do you think he would like the most at this moment? Hinata saw Naruto swinging sadly in an empty park. The answer was obvious. He would like for a friend to play with him. Hinata started. Correct. Now, you know what you must do. What? Was this woman expecting to just walk over to Naruto and play with him just like that? Was she mad? Shizune smiled at her. Come on, I can see in your eyes that you want to play with him more than anything. Yes, but or I can tell Naruto that you were spying on him and didn't even bother to say hello. Please, no. Okay, okay, I will do it. The Hyuga almost shouted. This was extremely flustered. Then you better hurry. I don't think Naruto will be there for much longer until he gets bored. Hinata nodded and gulped. The shy Hyuga started walking towards the blonde, silent enough to not reveal her presence too soon. She didn't want him to think she was some creepy stalker. After reaching what she deemed a safe distance, she dropped the stealth and walked normally, or as normally as she could. Still, the boy was too interrupted in his own thoughts to notice. Hello, hello, Hinata immediately waved at him. Hinata suddenly stalled to snap Naruto from his thoughts and turned his head at her and smiled. Oh, hi! Hinata blushed and blushing. There was something about that smile that was so damn dreamy. Forcing herself to calm down, she proceeded to introduce herself. Hinata. Naruto tilted his head and looked at her puzzled. What? Hinata was so angry at herself. Did she just shout her name like that? She was aware that she wasn't the most social or eloquent person out there, but that was just too much. I mean, my name is Hinata Hyuga. What is yours? The shy girl asked, even if she knew the answer. I am Naruto Uzumaki, future Hokage. Naruto proudly proclaimed. They say your face looks kind of familiar. Did you meet before? Actually, we are classmates. Didn't you see me before? Nope. Sorry then again. There's a lot of people at class. I only remember the people that sit near me. Hinata was a bit hurt that Naruto didn't even he wasn't even aware that she was in the same class as him, but deep down she knew that it was also her fault for not talking to him first. If she always sat far from him and never opened her mouth except when the teacher asked her something. How how could she expect him to know her? You you know you also held against some bullies that were insulting me a few months ago. Hinata said as she started twiddling her forefingers. Oh, you're that girl, Naruto said in realization. Did your Did they harass you again? Because if they did, then I am going to beat them even harder. Naruto loudly says as he punches his palm. No, no, no. It's fine. Nobody bullied me since then. But by the way, what are you doing? Well, I came here to play with other kids, but nobody wants to play with me, and playing alone gets boring rather quickly. So I am waiting for Shizune Ni-chan to come back from the bathroom so we can go home and maybe train a bit with mom and dad. The Hyuga decided it was time to make her move. Hinata's heart was beating so fast that she could swear it would come out of her mouth uh, at any time. Oh, uh, ca- can I play with you until she comes back? Hinata asked, blushing hard, harder than ever. She couldn't believe she was doing this. Naruto's eyes opened wide, gleaming with joy as his mouth curved into a wide smile. You want to play with me, really? But I am. Yes, I know the nine tails, but I don't think that having a demon seal inside you makes you a demon. A demon who wouldn't have defended me against those bu- bullies. So you want to be my friend, like for real? Naruto asked, still in disbelief. Hinata nodded. Naruto's smile grew even wider. He finally had a friend. For a moment, he thought that if this girl wanted to be his friend and was also his classmate, then why she never talked to him before? But he was happy. He was too happy to care about that. So what are we playing? The swings. Don't you know how do you play on a swing? Swings. Don't you know how to do you how do you play on the swings? Nada shook her head. Then we will have to fix that. Come on, sit over here. Hinata did what Naruto said and sat on the vacant swinging beside him. Now you need to move your body forward in order to move the swing. Use your legs to help. Hinata tried several times, but she was unable to make the swing budge. It doesn't work. I am sorry, Naruto-kun. Hinata said a bit saddened. It's okay, I can push you. Before Hinata could say anything, Naruto got down from his swing and started to push Hinata. The shy Hyuga felt a not, not forming in her stomach upon seeing how high the swing went. Naruto was pushing her with all his strength, but at the same time she couldn't help but enjoy the excitement of the a simple game. She was having so much fun and she didn't even remember the last time she had a great time until now. Alright, now that you have enough momentum, try to get going yourself. Remember your legs to make more force. Hinata Naruto said as he quickly returned to his swing and joined her. Shizune chose that moment to return. Hey Naruto-kun, I'm back! The young Kumiichi said, Shizune Nisan! Naruto said as he jumped from the swing mid-air and landed on his feet in front of her. His joy was so big that he didn't realize that Shizune's bathroom break had lasted almost an hour. You're not going to believe this. I made a friend. Hinata, come here. Hinata got down from the swing and walked towards Naruto and Shizune. Really? That's so good. That's so great, Naruto-kun. Shizune said with a fake surprise. Fortunately for her, Naruto was naive enough to buy. Her joy, however, was very real. Hello, Shizune-san. I mean, Shizune. I am Hinata Hyuga. Hinata said, bowing respectfully. and and she even goes to my class at the academy. That means we can see each other every day. Naruto said, bouncing in joy. I'm so glad for you, Naruto, Shizune said, ruffling Naruto's hair. Say, it's getting a bit late. Shall we go back home? So soon, but I want to play with Hinata more. Naruto pouted. It's fine, Naruto-kun. We can see each other tomorrow again. In fact, I should go back home too. I don't want to worry my parents. Hinata said, dwindling her fingers. Bummer. Okay, then see you tomorrow. Hinata Naruto said as he left with Shizune. See you tomorrow, Naruto-kun. Hinata replied as she headed back to the Hyuga compound. Hinata would always remember this day as one of the best of our life. Not only she had made her first friend and had a great time playing with him, but she could tell that she made Naruto so happy as well. In fact, Hinata even managed to forget her worries about her mother's declining health after giving birth of Hanabi. She couldn't wait to get back home and tell her parents about Naruto. Then she stopped on her tracks. Almost the entire village avoided Naruto because of the QB. Would her parents disapprove of her friendship with him? That thought filled her with dread. She didn't want to lose him, but on the other hand, she was sure that once they meet Naruto, they would see how kind and funny he was, not to mention strong, and they wouldn't and they won't have any other reason to object. So yeah, that's all for part 5 and chapter 5 of the white-eyed girl. Alright, if you wanna be notified for future parts and other fanfiction reading, then the best way is by subscribing. And yeah, don't forget to join my Discord server also. Yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.